Hi, this is Bob Havens again, and for the third installment of the bit123 Next Generation Internet Protocol, and this is all about the IPv6 certification project from Hurricane Electric. So as a recap, this is my home network where the internet service provider and the modem they provide is IPv6 compatible. Over to my Netgear router, which is also IPv6 enabled, to my laptop, which will be demonstrating all of the following um, presentation. And so what we did last time, just as a recap also, here's my network to the ISP, and here is the website that was created with the name bit123havens.info, where the domain name servers were controlled by Hurricane Electric, and having an IPv6 tunnel over to DigitalOcean, which houses and hosts the website. Okay, so then now we go over to the Hurricane Electric certification site, and we type in our name, and it gives you a text file name that you need to create and then upload to the website. So here is the file name, and I'll just go ahead and save it and be done with that. And the next thing I want to do is bring up FileZilla and sign in to the web page, and there's the default page, and coming over here, and we go to where I have the file saved, and there it is right there. Come over here, drag it over, there it is, and we'll go ahead and reduce it, and then say test it. It found it, and so it comes up and gives you a little quiz, and we fill in the test and hit submit, and bada bing bada boom, your score was 5 out of 5, and now I'm an enthusiast. Click here, and there's my enthusiast. So the next thing we want to do is get to the administrator badge. So for this we need to create a mail system, an email system, but here's the thing about that. I'll come over here to the droplet, and you can see where it says, when we created the one for the website, it says Ubuntu LAMP on 1604. Let's keep that in mind. Okay, so for this one, we need to do a few things. The first thing we need to do is to create a user account, and the instructions to do that would be to add user, and then once you do that, it says add a user. This is kind of what the instructions will say. You'll see these prompts, and then you want to put this guy into the admin account or a level. And then you want to do is you want to create the mailbox itself, the mail server. So the problem is, if you do all these things, that's fine, but then you get down to this point on the 1604 version, it's going to fail. It's going to come back and say that it doesn't work on that. You have to use it on a 14 version. Okay, so this seems a little drastic, but this is what's going to do. You're going to come back to the droplet, and we're going to destroy it because we don't need it anymore. And you hit on destroy, and you click, are you sure you want to destroy it? You go, yep. Confirm it, and it's gone. So then you come back over here to create a new droplet, and it'll think about it for a second. And in this case, we just want to do an Ubuntu, but instead of 1604, we want to hit 1404. So we do that, and we'll just go and do that. Create, that's fine. And then we'll go to San Francisco like we did before, make sure IPv6 is selected, and then we're going to give it a name. So we'll give it a name and hit create. And it's going through its thing. And there we go. It's going to get created. And there it is. Of course, it has a new IPv4 address and all, but we'll see. We'll bring it up. And there's the IPv4 address, and there's the new IPv6 address, which we'll have to worry about on the Hurricane Electric site. And the next thing we'll do is go ahead and create a mailbox recipient. And so that'll be Bob H. And we'll go ahead and enter the password and enter it again. And then we'll just go ahead and just press enter through, just hit the defaults, it's fine. Worry about that. Work number. Okay, that's now added. And then we add it to the super user group. And then we run and create the mail in a box setup. Alright, so we type in the curl command. And it starts to install. Notice it doesn't give you the error message. And so it gives you that, and you start installation is complete. And then we type in our email address that we want. Now it says that it needs a host name, and it appends this box to it. But actually, what we're going to do is we're just going to go with do that. And then it's going to do some stuff, finish up the configuration settings, and installing system packages, and then we go ahead and set up some other configuration. Starts doing some more things. Starting and creating more components. It's configuring more components. And here we are. And now it's running. Okay, so now what we need to do is go back to the Hurricane Electric and point the tunnel to the new website address. So we'll go and get the new IPv6 address and copy it. And we'll go over to the certification and choose the open it up on a new tab. And as you can see, it still has the quad A pointing to the old IPv6 droplet. So we go in and try to change it to it, and it go over here and try to bring it up. But it doesn't find it. And then it finds it. So we're going to go here to advanced, and we say, yeah, it's fine. And there we are. So we type in our email and password we just set up, and then we get to the status screen. But there's a couple of things that are still missing. We need to go and add an MX record back in the Hurricane Electric site. So let's go ahead and do that. So here we are, and we go new MX record. And we click on that, and we get this little box, and we put in the @ here for the name, 10 priority, @ for the host name, and 5 minutes. And there's the MX record. Okay, so let's go see if we can find the what our email server looks like here. So we'll type in our name and then /mail, and we get the username, which we will then type in here, and the password. And there's our mailbox right there. So now let's go over and go to the certification page. And we'll go ahead and type in our new email address, and then click send it. And it goes back and says it's trying to connect to the host. But that gave a fail message. So we're going to have to go and do a little more troubleshooting on this. So the troubleshooting is we need to go back over to the DNS management service, and we, instead of just going in and changing the quad A, we need to delete it and re-add a new one. So because the MX command was there, we have to go and delete that. So you do that, and it comes up and asks you for delete. And then you go in here and delete it and do the same thing, and then you go back over here to quad A and you add it again just like we did before, but with a new address, and then you do the MX record, and then you can come over here and do this, type this in, hit send it, and it says email sent. And so now we can go back up to our email server and look at it, and there's a new email right there, and it says user code right there. So let's copy that, bring that back over to the certification, bring this in, paste it, submit, and look at that. Now it comes up with another set of questions. So we go ahead and answer the questions and hit submit, and bada bing bada boom, you are now at answer the administrator questions, return to the main page, and now you're at the administrator. So now let's go ahead and move ahead to professional, and we'll just check to see if our mail server has a working reverse DNS. Next test, it was found, so next test. And of course there's some more questions, and we fill in the questions and hit submit, And now we're at the professional questionnaire was there, 4 for 4. Click here. And now we got the professional badge. So now let's go ahead and see what we can do about getting to the guru side. So we'll just go ahead and say test it. And there's some more questions. And then hit submit. And now we're at the 4 for 4. And look at that, we're at the guru. Now we got to go for Sage. And for the Sage, we just hit the test it button here. Success. And now there's some more questions that we need to answer. There's 9 questions we have to answer for this. So then we'll go ahead and fill out the questions for this one, the 9 questions, and it's registrar, TLDs, quad A dot, host record, organization, and submit. Congratulations, you had 9 out of 9. Click here. You have just completed the Sage certificate, and now you are eligible to get a free t-shirt. Congratulations, you did it. So thank you very much. Thank you for listening to this instructional video. Hope you got something out of it, and it was fun putting it together. Talk to you guys later. Bye. So we're going to need to go do the hurricane electric part, but first we need to go ahead and set this up because it's a brand new droplet just like we had before. So we click on the console, and we get an email message from there saying here's our new password. We have to reset it. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we type in the root and the password given, and we type in the same one again and enter a new password. And then we enter a new password twice. And we're done with this. Alright, so I'll show you what I mean by that. So if you were to click on the console, and you bring up the console, and then you type in the curl command right there, the curl command that you want to do, and hit enter, and it'll come back, and it says, oh, sorry, it only is supported on version 14, and you're running 16. So we'll need to go back and address this on the droplet level.